I've got 20 minutes till Run Club meets, and it's time for a quick pre-workout snack. Go Squeeze Active Fruit Blend to the rescue. Made with select B vitamins to help release energy, it's an easy, squeezable pouch made to move with me. The taste, so good. And made with real fruit, even better. Whether I'm hitting the trail or meeting my friends on the court, this is my go-to on-the-go snack. Quick, easy, ready when I am. When it's go time, I go with Go Squeeze Active. Snag yours on your next door run. Search for Go Squeeze on Amazon.
Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine, the show that teaches you how to survive the things that can kill you.
Like taking a selfie in Yosemite.
Oh, yes.
How about a city bus in Santa Monica going under 50 miles per hour? Or dropping off your baby for their first day of preschool.
It'll kill you.
It might.
And the things that make you just wish you were dead.
Like kitten heels on a hike.
Oh, my God.
Sand in your face.
Yes.
Or when your hips don't lie, but they tear.
My hips are telling the truth, and it's that they're in pain.
Yes. You know what doesn't lie?
Our theme song.
It always tells the truth.
Hit it.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. How to survive. How to survive.
Hello.
Oh.
Did I catch you unawares?
What a surprise. I didn't realize I was doing a podcast today.
Are those new glasses?
Yeah.
They're really cute. They're like aviator style
readers, yeah.
readers.
You know, they're part of my Amazon bulk reader purchases.
Oh, right.
Because my dog, I think she's already chewed one of these. I usually get them 3 per pack.
Uh-huh.
She's already chewed a pair of these up.
We haven't had a Frances update in a while. How is Frances doing?
Oh, well, over the weekend, good. She's doing good or well?
Well, I think.
I get those mixed up.
I do too.
Oh, I'll never get it.
I think well.
She most of the people in my family are medicated in one way or another.
Right.
And
You get those in bulk from Amazon too, right?
Oh, yes, with the readers. So I get a call from my husband. I'm out of the house, and he says, Frances has chewed up the bottle of Prozac.
Oh no!
That was left on the counter. And there's only like 7 pills left, and I don't know how many were in there. And I was like, well, that was a full bottle.
Holy shit.
So I don't know what to tell you. Call the vet. I'm going to tell you.
And the pharmacy. Because we need to stack the.
Yeah, we need more because, we can't go without those. My heart rate didn't even raise.
Wow.
A little. I was like, you know what? She's just going to have to survive in this house because
I'm impressed.
I can't. I got enough on my plate. I'm full. So he calls me back. And I had a friend in the car. I said, I'm just going to start answering the phone. 911, what's your emergency? Whenever it's my family. He goes, all right. I think I found most of the pills.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she ate a single one. Like there were pills just all over the house.
Oh, okay.
And a couple were like partly chewed on.
Oh my God.
But she didn't take a single one.
So he didn't take her to the vet?
No.
Okay.
He just figured, we did a count based on how many he found and realized she probably didn't chew a single one up.
That's kind of shocking.
It is kind of shocking because she won't. I kind of confirmed it this morning because I decided to give her a couple Benadryl because she's very itchy right now. Her skin's very itchy. And you can give dogs Benadryl.
I didn't know that. Okay.
You can. It's fine. It's fine because I decided.
Fine. Exactly right. In your household.
In my household, you know how I run things. No.
Everyone lines up with their tongue out like they're at a psych ward and you just put a Benadryl on everyone's tongue.
Yeah. Have you seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Exactly.
It's in my house.
Right.
She's very itchy, and previously I had taken her to the vet, and they gave her an injection for allergies, and they said, some dogs just have really bad allergies, and I was like, oh, maybe she's allergic to peanut butter, blah, blah. She's gotten very itchy again, and I was like, they had told me I can give her Benadryl. I'm going to give her Benadryl. So I
Okay.
looked it up to make sure I gave her the right amount for her weight and, double checked it because I don't want to accidentally kill her almost again.
Right.
And I was like, here, take this, and just figured she'd take it right out of my hand. And she sniffed it and she was like, mm-mm. And I was like, okay, so she won't just eat anything.
Right.
And then I put it in a piece of salami and she took it over to the floor. She ate the salami, left the Benadryl.
Yeah, they're pretty smart about that.
So finally I put it in a treat. So I was like, okay, so she's not going to just eat the Prozac. She really just
Okay.
wanted the plastic bottle. She's like, I like plastic. So that's your Frances update.
I can't believe I asked and then there was a huge update. I mean, I really didn't have any idea. That's amazing.
There's always going to be an update because she's always getting herself into a hijink.
Hijink.
One
or two?
hijink.
Just
One hijink.
One hijink per weekend.
There were a bunch of hijinks, but then she destroyed the container of hijinks.
Yes.
And there's only one hijink left.
We're all on hijinks.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking
Frances.
of hijinks,
Yes.
I'm hoping you're going to have some.
Yes. So
Tell us.
Oliver and Jimmy and I went to outdoors.
Oh my God, you guys went to outdoors.
We went to the outdoors.
You did the nature.
We did nature. We went to Sequoia first, and we went to a restaurant that Garen had told me about because I believe you are going up to Sequoia this week. Thursday?
Oh my God.
Are you guys going into the park or are you just
We're
going?
just going to that place.
Okay.
I love this. I love it that you're driving
I'm
really
not-
far just to go to a
don't-
restaurant.
I don't quite understand. It wasn't.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
I think my friend saw a TikTok video where somebody was eating outside at that place and
Yeah.
was like, you know what, let's go. I'm like, all right, I'll go. Why not? And
Okay.
that's about it.
But why? Well, as long as you're there, why not go into Sequoia?
Well, I mean, we're only going to be there for the day and the night. We're staying at that place.
oh,
It's like
if
a
you're
hotel.
staying there, then
So we're gonna
go into the park.
go into the
Oh,
we're not
okay.
gonna just go have lunch.
I thought that's what you were saying.
No,
Isn't
no,
it?
no,
Isn't
we're
that what you
staying
thought you were
there.
saying?
I thought that was
I'm
just
sorry.
they're
No,
going
no,
to
no.
have the restaurant, then they're going to drive. They're going to drink a beer, look at a bear, and then drive
Right.
back.
No, we're staying there the night and then coming back the next day.
Okay.
But
So
we'll be going around and exploring and stuff. yeah.
okay. So we got there and we decided, well, let's go to that restaurant that Garen told us about.
Yeah.
So it was quite warm, but we were like, well, we'd like to sit outside because there's this view.
Yeah.
So we sat outside and there's like this view of there's a creek kind of
Yes.
right outside of, it's hard to explain, but there's a creek right outside of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then like some, boulders and some stuff. And I was staring out at it and I went, is that a bear? And I didn't want to say anything to them at first because I was like, this is maybe just like a statue of a bear because
Yeah.
this is a restaurant and like maybe they just put like a statue.
You're not going to just see a bear.
So I just waited a second till it moved.
Yes.
And then I was like, guys, there's a bear right there.
Oh my God.
So I think it was a cub. I sent you guys a picture. It was so amazing. We were there for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
That is awesome.
I mean, it was insane.
That's so cool.
So, and then we realized this must be very rare because all of the waiters came out.
Yes.
They were trying to shoo it away, which I didn't understand. It wasn't that close. It was like 50
It's
yards
below you. Are you
It
like
was
up high and you're kind of looking down below?
So we were sort of up high and the bear was kind of up high.
Yes.
But across like a creek.
Yes.
So I don't know why anyway, he wasn't bothering anybody. He was just kind of looking around.
But I think they want the bears to be afraid. The goal is
guess.
the goal is they want bears to think humans are scary because you don't want bears to get comfortable around
Right.
people because people will feed them a lot of the times and then it makes it dangerous for the people.
That's true.
So
yes.
They're probably told to do that.
Yes.
Did anybody throw food at it? Or was it it wasn't that close?
Just Danielle. Danielle.
Just me, just some dinner rolls. I mean, what could that hurt? No, I don't know that you'd probably have to have a baseball player's arm to throw it as far as. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It was like, I guess it was like 50 yards or something, but it was so cool. Yeah, and then it just kind of walked around, and then it would disappear, and
Oh, that's awesome.
it was crazy.
amazing. Had you ever seen a bear in nature before?
No,
It's so fun.
have you? Where have you seen a bear in nature?
In my yard.
Oh,
How did I forget that?
yeah,
And-
I forgot you live in Narnia.
That's right.
And in our neighborhood, once going through someone's trash.
That's crazy.
And then when we were in Sequoia, when we stayed in a yurt,
Of course you did.
with my dad.
Oh, wow.
Everyone else saw a bear and I didn't.
Oh, no.
And I was like, it's not fair. My life is so bad. But I think like that, like in that, I've never seen a bear like that, like out in the wild. I mean, I have because it's
right
in my yard, which was incredible, but not like that. That's really cool.
It was very cool. You know, we hiked Sequoia. We saw the General Sherman.
Yes, the big tree.
The big tree. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful, obviously. So then we were like, okay, well, we need to get lunch on the way to Yosemite. And Oliver and I were like, quaint place, quaint place, quaint
Obviously.
place. We want a quaint place.
Yes.
So we were in a city called Visalia,
Yeah.
I think. Okay, so then we park, and it's really like an old-fashioned town.
Yeah.
It's like one-way streets and like one main street. You know, it feels very old-fashioned, and we're like, great, this is what we wanted.
Quaint.
Quaint. So we park, and we get out because we finally see a restaurant that looks
Okay.
like it fits the bill.
Yeah.
Some sort of quaint restaurant.
Yes. It's called Quaincy's.
It's called Quaincy's. Yes. And
They make Karen laugh.
If that would have been a second earlier, we would have all been soaking wet. It would have been a spit take.
oh, I thought you were going to pee on us or something.
No.
We get out,
Yeah.
and there's just like 50s music playing, not from a store, just outside, like it's Lovecraft country.
Oh, wow.
It was so. Oliver and I look at each other. We're like, "What the fuck is going
not this
on?"
quaint.
It
Yeah.
was so weird.
Coming from the town.
It's coming from the town, and it was like 50s music.
Yeah.
So then, anyway, so we get in, and it's like a store in the front and a restaurant in the back.
Oh boy, and they have like lollipops and like the giant lollipops and old candy.
No, not that kind of store.
Okay.
More like a gift shop,
Okay.
like with like religious T-shirts.
Oh no.
I mean, not all religious, but
Yeah.
like, you know, like kind of ugly, dusty.
Sure. Yeah.
The guy at the counter of the gift shop seats us
Yeah.
at the table,
Yes.
which is in another room.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one table in the shop part.
Yeah. I love all this.
And Jimmy was like, "Did you think that's where we were sitting?" And I was like, "Yes, I absolutely thought that's where
Why
we were sitting."
wouldn't you be sitting
It
there?
was so weird.
Yeah.
But then they take you back, and it's like a regular
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's Dutch. Wait, was it Dutch? No, it wasn't Dutch.
Swedish.
Maybe
Nordic?
Danish. It was Danish.
Oh, okay.
And so Oliver ordered these Skruffenfagen, whatever,
Yes.
you know, that are supposed to be like rolled pancakes or something. The blandest, worst thing I've ever
Oh,
tasted.
I'm so
It was
sad.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, it was so bad. I can't remember what I had. I had like eggs Benedict, eggs Florentine,
Okay.
but like it doesn't taste like any eggs Florentine you've ever had. It's like a mess. There's sauce all over the plate. Like it was just weird. It was just
Yes.
like heavy, gross food. But we got quaint. That's what we wanted.
I mean, quaint doesn't
Did ask for
necessarily
that.
mean delicious.
No, I was picturing something totally different, but it was fine. Anyway, and then we went to Yosemite. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
amazing. Had no idea how gigantic it is. I have another story we'll tell with the guest about the Yosemite. I don't know why I'm acting like it's a secret. Anyway, my son is on the show today.
So, I mean, it's kind of one or
Guys,
the other.
it's Oliver Platt. It's weird. She
It's
ran
so
into
weird.
him at
I ran into him at
Yosemite.
the Yosemite, and he went with us to both places.
They became
I gotta talk
friends.
about this, guys. That was my Oliver Platt.
Oh, computer. There's this trail called the Mist Trail.
Okay.
And you go and the concierge at the hotel was like, well, you might not see that much water because it's not May, it's summer, so you might not see that much water, but this is a really nice hike. Because I just remember I was not prepared at all for
Yeah.
this hike. So
You went in blind.
went in blind, so I was just going on the kindness of strangers. Also, we rented a car. There were charging stations fucking everywhere. Literally in Yosemite. Like it was
But now you know.
Yeah. So so you walk up a hill, obviously, but then you walk up like 350 actual steps.
Okay.
And then you walk out onto this rock,
Yeah.
and the waterfall is right there. And it was amazing. And you could feel the water spraying on you. Like
Yeah.
we were on the rock, and that was really cool. So that was beautiful.
But everybody was game and had a good time and like thought it was beautiful and enjoyed the trees.
Yes. And it was very funny, like being on the path, and there's this guy with little kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, can you imagine, like, they had to put this road down, like they had to put a road down here. And I was like, oh my God, I relate to this guy so much. He's trying to make this interesting for the kids, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they do not give a fuck. And every time I'd come across him, he'd be like, they had to build this bridge. I'm like, dude, they do not care.
That's my husband on every like trip. He's always trying to teach the kids.
Yes.
Like even when we're in the car, he'll be like, guys, look out here. Do you guys see? This is he'll be explaining like what kind of tree it is.
I love it.
And the kids are literally just not paying
They do not give a fuck.
any attention. And I'll be like, I care, Sven. I'm paying attention just to make him feel better. Yeah. Dad's always teaching.
But it was very cool. And then, like, you know, there were even people in the water, and it was freezing.
Yeah.
But it's just so clear, and it was obviously beautiful, and it was great to get out of my head and get into a different place. And
I'm so happy.
highly
for you.
recommend.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Did you guys do anything over this weekend? Did you go to a national park? No.
No. Shit, I did not. Garen, did you go to a national park?
No, that's this weekend or this.
That's so
Thursday.
exciting. I'm glad you're going.
Yeah, I've lived here for 25 years and haven't
Girl,
done any of that.
twice as long for me.
It's weird.
It's
Why
really stupid.
haven't we done that?
I don't know.
And I love that kind of stuff. I love especially like the big places like
Mm-hmm.
Yosemite and all that, because that's real like history and untouched
Yeah.
and
It's
whatever.
wild.
So I'm excited to go.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Yeah.
You'll definitely have fun. Did you do anything?
I got a hip injection,
Oh, you did.
so that was exciting.
Wait, did you get PRP?
What's PRP?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Something Jimmy gets.
I got an ultrasound guided injection into my hip because I have a torn labrum, and
Does it feel better?
feels way better.
Because guess what I'm doing Thursday?
What?
Getting an injection into my hip. We're old. We're old. Because I have a torn labrum also.
Guess what?
What?
It changed my life.
Really?
I hope it changes yours. I've been in pain for years.
Yes.
This has been torn since before my ski accident.
Oh, wow.
Long time. And they back then were like, told me I had arthritis. And gave me physical therapy, did nothing.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I did the physical therapy too.
And then, I had my ski accident. And so that took precedence.
Yes.
And then I've just had horrible hip pain and back pain for a long time. And just been like, I guess it's from this knee, like, because it's on the same side. So I just was living with it. And then I was like, you know what? This is not the same. Like, I'm going to get this looked at again because I'm sick of always being in fucking pain all the time. So I went back to see this orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
And he was like, did like a move on the table and went, oh, yeah, okay. This is torn. Let's do an injection Friday. And
They didn't do an MRI?
They did an x-ray.
Oh, okay.
I'd already had it. I mean,
From before.
from before, I guess
Yeah.
they looked at that. And so they scheduled it. And then like I started feeling better within hours and I have no pain in my back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And like, I just feel like a new person.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It's not 100%, but like 75% better.
I thought my pain was basically gone, but then like during the hikes when I'd have to walk, like I'd have to like lift myself down from a rock or something. And then I was like, oh, okay, I can still feel it. So it's not, I actually have worse pain in other places, but I don't know what to do about that. Maybe it'll somehow help. I don't think it's related, but
It might be though.
if it is,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Because anyway, we don't have to get into our body pain too much in this show because then it just becomes two old ladies talking about their
Two how to
pain
survive
podcast.
being old.
But I'm hoping it will turn down your pain.
That's so
in general.
funny that we both.
It's also just from being active.
Yeah, I know.
It's being an active person.
I know.
Like that's the good news is we have an injury from being active people.
Right. And the reason it hasn't been hurting as much lately is because I haven't been doing cardio.
You have to rest it a little bit.
Yeah, well,
right.
No, I just mean I haven't been doing it because I have my hands full. So
But I mean, you're not aggravating it.
I'm not aggravating it.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Torn labrums.
Torn labrums.
I saw the Indigo Girls this weekend.
Oh, did they have a song about torn labrums?
No, they didn't.
In
but you guys
beautiful
sounded
harmony?
Like yeah,
Yeah.
they were great.
Was it just them, or is this
And Melissa Etheridge.
And
as
Melissa
well.
Etheridge, right?
It was me and every other lesbian in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yes.
It was great. It was a great show.
Where was it again?
The Greek, which is a
Nice.
nightmare to get to.
Oh man, and getting out of it too, getting in and out of that.
Try to
place.
find your graduate at the Greek,
Oh God.
and they're all dressed alike. Are we ready to get into today's topic?
Yes.
This is not a life and death thing, but I think it is topical.
Okay.
It is how to survive the first day of preschool.
Oh, that's coming up for some people.
For lots of people, and
Not
this
us,
is for the
but-
kids and the parents.
Yes,
Okay, this is from Parents Magazine. You've heard of it.
I have.
Okay. Although starting preschool is a major milestone, it often comes with lots of crying, uncertainty, and heel digging. For children, the main source of anxiety around entering preschool is that they have absolutely no idea what to expect,
Yeah.
says Katrina Green, a certified early childhood and early childhood special education teacher at the Just We Two program in Brooklyn, New York. They have spent the first 3 to 4 years learning the rules and routines of their family life, and they are completely unfamiliar with the new rules and routines they will encounter.
Yeah, and they don't want to leave their mommy.
I mean, a preschool in Brooklyn, it's probably like really hip, right? The kids are probably playing like barista and organizing Pixies CDs and stuff.
They're just composting the whole time.
They're composting. Do you remember bringing the twins to preschool and what it was like?
Yeah, it was awful.
Was it awful?
Well, Alex was like, bye. And Benji hung on to like me for dear life.
Oh.
And it was awful. He did not want to go.
Oh.
And he still doesn't want to go to
Yeah,
school.
right.
That didn't change.
Nothing's changed.
No.
Since starting preschool is such a novel experience, you shouldn't treat it like any other date on your calendar. Take several weeks before the day to ease them into this new adventure, says Alyssa Clark Ackerman, who has taught at several preschools in New York City.
She knows.
She knows. Preparing kids for preschool. Preparing your child for preschool can greatly reduce any separation anxiety they may feel when you leave. Here are some ways to familiarize your youngster with their new environment. Explain the routines of preschool. See, I don't think I did any of this. Tell them about the games they'll play, the kids they'll meet, and how you'll always be able to pick them up at the end of the day. That I do remember saying, I will always come back. I will always come back.
Yeah, I don't think I explained routines of preschool. I don't think I really knew what they were.
What they were, right,
Yeah.
exactly. This is good. Don't overhype school, and don't make promises about things you can't control, like making new friends, because your child might be a loser.
Yeah, nobody's going to like your kid.
Your kid is a problem child.
Yeah.
Don't set them up to think they're going to make friends.
Yeah,
Why
don't-
should now be different than any other
Don't
time?
tell them they're going to be the most popular
Yeah.
because they might be the one that nobody likes.
Your kid sucks.
Yep.
If your child's initial experience doesn't match their expectations, school may already seem scary, not exciting.
Yeah.
Meet the teacher. Many preschools host an open house where parents, teachers, and children can get to know each other. There will likely be many parents vying for the teacher's attention, but make sure you get a chance to chat with them when your child is within earshot. If you show your child that the teacher is someone you like and trust, he'll have an easier time forming an attachment to her, says Ackerman. I thought that was pretty smart.
Yeah, they had we had a day where they went and met the teacher and toured the grounds and like
Yeah, I think we had that.
did
yeah.
a whole thing before they actually started going
Yeah.
there. So I remember that was something, and they liked the place. Mm-hmm. So I know we didn't screw up too bad.
Yeah. Before the school year, take your child around the classroom and point out the different activities they'll do each day. Also tell them the name of the school, recommends Ackerman. Over the first week or so leading up to preschool, prepare him for the first day by saying, next week you'll go to Elm Street Preschool and play with the tambourine.
Okay.
What's more, see, you don't set them up with the tambourine. What if some other kids got the
Yes.
tambourine?
There's not enough tambourines to go around.
There's never enough tambourines.
There never is.
Also, I don't know about you, but if I were running a preschool, I wouldn't have tambourines.
Oh, the noise.
The noise. Casually pointed out to your child, suggests parent advisor. Okay. Set up play dates before the school year. This is a little ambitious, but seeing familiar faces in their class will increase your child's comfort level. You'll get a class list during the summer, so plan play dates with some other classmates before the big day.
No, I'm not doing that.
That sounds, first, how would you get to know them? Like, that just sounds...
I'm not that outgoing. I'm not that social.
No.
That's not going to happen.
Also, ask about setting up a buddy system. You and another family in the class have each other as contacts for play dates and support before school begins.
I'm going to hope another parent
is that person.
is going to be that person
Yes.
for me.
We really lucked out because he was in... Do you know what my gym is?
Yes.
My gym is like a kid's...
Tumbling.
Right? There's like classes, but it's basically just fun. It's just... And... a friend, we had met a kid in there and his mom, and she told us about the school. So then he did actually have a buddy when they went to preschool together. And then they met this third kid and they became, the teacher started calling them the Three Amigos.
Aww.
It was really cute.
That's so sweet.
And the joke we have about, so this kid, we went to his birthday party a few years later.
Yeah.
And his mother, I don't know if it's because she's Chinese and not from this country, but she wrote happy birthday and his first and last name on the cake. So it was the whole thing, which we just thought was hysterical.
That's really funny.
So we always say
His first and last name.
Yes, we always say his first and last name. Okay, keep a positive mindset. Your child will take cues from you, so be calm and confident that everything will go well. You don't want to ask them if they're scared too many times.
Are you scared? Are you scared? Are you scared about
freaking out?
preschool?
Oh my God. I'm not going to be there. You understand that I'm not going to be there, right? Your dad's not going to be there. I'm not going to be there.
You're going to be
not
alone.
Know anybody. That might make them even more fearful. But if they seem anxious in the days preceding school, reassure them that everything will be okay and that you're nearby if they need you. Role play. Pretend play with stuffed animals. Can help. I know it sounds kinky. I know you guys are looking at each other like... can help your child adjust to the idea that they'll be leaving you, but you'll come back. For example, their teddy bear goes to school with some furry friends, and mommy teddy leaves and returns after they've sung a song and had a snack. Oh, but if they just sing a song and have a snack, and your kid then thinks you're coming through the door 15 minutes later, you're
in trouble. Yeah.
Did you do that thing where you watched them after you left?
So...
Oh no, is this traumatic?
I couldn't do it anymore. Like Sven just had to do it because Benji was so sad and would stand at the door. Like he'd stand at the gate and cry for me.
Oh my God.
So hard that it became a thing where Sven just had to take them.
Yeah.
And
then did he do it with Sven too?
Not as much.
Yeah.
So it was better when I wasn't there.
Oh God.
So I couldn't go. It was like you are not allowed. You were banned from because it was too hard for him and for me. Like I it was breaking my heart to watch him like crying for me like that. And I think it was easier for him to say goodbye to Sven.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get into that too about the leaving thing. How to handle drop off.
Oof. Yeah.
No matter how much you prepare, your preschooler will still be full of nerves on their first day. Here's how to make drop off a little easier. Create a goodbye ritual. In your case, Benjamin crying his eyes out.
Yes, that was his ritual.
Did he do it all of preschool?
No. But like it would crop up like kindergarten. It started again at the beginning of the year, and then even when they were in like first, second, third grade, they would have their elementary school. They had once a month, certain kids would win an academic award. It would be like academic. There were 3 different ones you could get. One was academic, one was like for being a good citizen, and one was for like, I don't know, being a good friend. And they would do the ceremony in the yard, and you'd have to go sit and they'd announce your child's name. And so it seemed like every month one of them was getting one.
Right.
So we'd have to go and we'd sit and he'd be in the burning sun, because it's outside, and you'd have to sit through the whole thing. It's, the whole school.
Oh, okay.
So you're there for a while. And then, the kids would give us hugs and they'd show us their papers and we'd take a photo. And then Benji'd always cry so hard because then we'd have to leave and he'd have to go back to class, and he just would be like, please take me with you. Please take me with you.
Could you not reward my son anymore?
Yeah, it's like, please don't give him any more awards. It's too hard for him to see us.
Give me an excuse to come back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
it was pretty tough even later. I mean, again, he really doesn't like school.
Yeah. I had to remind Oliver, he didn't remember this, but every year he would be happy at the beginning of the year because he'd have his birthday to look forward, because his birthday is right at the beginning of the school year. And then as soon as his birthday was over, it would be like shit for a month. It would be like, he doesn't want to go. It's awful. He hates it. And then every time he came back from school, every day he'd be like, how was school? Great.
Yeah.
And then every day we'd have to do it again. And I'm like, this is torture.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not that bad considering, but it was like, because I'm so, what is that horrible thing people, I'm an empath. I'm not
Yes.
saying I'm an empath, but I get so.
He's your child.
He's my child.
Yes, of course.
If he's anxious, I'm anxious.
Yes.
So I would like freak out all day long. And then it would be like, great. And then we did this and I'm like, motherfucker, why are you doing this to me every day?
Yes. No, you feel it. I think there are times with my kids' emotions where it's like one of them is stressed about something and then I'm feeling all of it. And then they've moved on, literally. They're fine. And I'm still over here just like a ball of nerves.
Oh my God. It's so true.
They're not even they're not even thinking about it anymore.
They're like, what's wrong with you, Mom?
Yeah, and I'm just still like wrapped up in their problem.
Okay, having a goodbye routine provides comfort and familiarity so your child knows what's to come. This could be anything you and your child decide on, such as a special hug or handshake followed by a see you later, alligator. Once you've said your goodbyes, it's best to skedaddle so that your child doesn't become preoccupied by your presence. A long farewell scene might only just serve to reinforce a child's sense of that preschool is a bad place. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, don't sneak away. That said, some little ones will feel more afraid if you suddenly disappear.
Yeah.
But I do remember teachers saying, just leave.
Yes.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, hey, why don't you go ahead and go? And I'd always be like, okay.
Yeah. Parents should never be ripped away abruptly from their child, says a psychologist. It can take up to 10 weeks for a child to fully be ready to be left at school without their parent. The best way to handle the separation process is having the parent to go to school and sit next to their child. I don't know that this is a good idea.
I have a job. Like, what about people who are like, I got to get to work. This is the reason they're here.
Right. They should not interact with them in games and toys, but rather be there as a safety net. If using this approach, it would be important for the parent to let the child know when they are going to leave and then be sure to leave at that time. Try setting a visual timer so that you can see time passing and how much time they have left before the parent goes. I'm not sure this is a good idea. You can leave a transitional object with them. That's a good idea. Give clear warnings before it's time to go. I'm going now. You're on your own, kid.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can do one of the things. I don't know what you think, Danielle, about this, and as a person who's gone through a lot of this, you can do all of the things and it can still be bad.
Yes.
And they're going to be okay. Like, sometimes you just got to go to work.
Right. Absolutely.
And they're going to be crying and they're going to feel bad and you still have to leave. And that's just going to be what it is.
Never make comparisons. Don't chastise your toddler and say, Nolan doesn't cry when his mom leaves. I could absolutely see parents doing that.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Let's not do that.
No. Honoring your child's process is the best way to make the transition to preschool as smooth as possible. The child who never cries when his parents leave him may act out the scene over and over again during play to process his feelings. Another child may need to cry at every separation for a while in order to work through his feelings. Remind them that you came back. When you pick them up at the end of the day, reinforce the idea that you came back. Just like, that's what I remember. That's what I would say. Mommy always comes back. Tips for parents dealing with preschool separation anxiety. Don't minimize the importance of easing your fears as well as your child's. If you feel guilty or worried about leaving them at school, your child will probably sense that. The more calm and assured you are, the more confident your child will be. Get to know the teacher beforehand. Your child can benefit from meeting their teacher before school, but so can you. Ask your child's teacher what their procedure is when children are crying for their parents. Make sure a school staff member is ready to help your child with the transfer from your care to the classroom. What's more, it's helpful for me to know as much as possible about a child's home life in order to ease their transitions into preschool. Their eating, sleeping, and toileting patterns are just as important as knowing their favorite color, what games they play, and what songs they like to sing. It also helps to know what techniques the family uses to calm a child. I mean, can you imagine you've got to know this for like 30 kids? Like being a preschool teacher has got to be... It seems like it would be very rewarding and fun, but also completely exhausting. And
Yes.
like, how would you even... I mean, they have helpers, but that's like 3 people for 20 kids or something.
I would not want to do it now because I think parents are nuttier than they've ever been.
That's true.
With their like,
that's absolutely true.
We don't vaccinate, and he only eats kale, kind of rules and allergies and things that belief systems of we do our own research bullshit. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't like that.
No,
I would not want to deal with that. And the pay it's like the closer you get to anything to do with kids, the lower the pay gets because we don't care about kids.
Absolutely.
So you're like, I'm not really making a lot of money to do this very important thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So
and our teachers were always so lovely. Like,
and they're just the most loving people.
They're so sweet.
They're just the sweetest, most loving people. However, with that being said, I'm assuming if you're really paying attention to us right now, you might want this information because you might have kids going to preschool.
Yes.
If it doesn't feel right, trust your gut. There are wackadoodle preschools out there. Like we switched preschools and we had a really wacky preschool. We had a bad preschool. It does happen. So
we switched too.
We had a really wacky.
What was wacky about it?
Oh, she threw sand in Benji's face.
The teacher?
Yeah.
What?
I never told you this story. You don't know this?
What?
Oh my God. So it was a very small preschool and it was very specific. And it was it wasn't a co-op, but it was a little bit like in a house, and the parents were all kind of close, and the kids were really young.
Okay.
And it was German. And so we really liked that.
Yeah.
Because they were going to start like speaking really young, and they were still in diapers, like they were little. Mm-hmm. And I'd picked Benji up, and she had called me and said, he threw sand in this boy's face, an older boy, Benji did, in the sandbox. Okay, keep in mind he's 2, Benji. Right,
he's a baby.
She goes, and so I just had to pick up sand and throw it in his face because that's the only way. Benji had thrown it and it had gone in the boy's ear. And he was fine. But she said, so I, kids learn if they experience. And so I picked it up and I just put some in his face. And, he didn't like it.
Oh, my God.
But now he knows. And I was just like so shocked. I think she told me I was there. Like I was putting the kids and always. So the other thing that was kind of nutty is what would happen to me a lot with the twins is I would be like, I don't know if I'm getting off track a little bit, but I would be like trying to wrangle them into like the car, the stroller, and people would just kind of look at me as if I was some kind of expert at being a twin mom. And I'd be like, could anybody fucking help me? Like, but, or sort of like, she doesn't seem like she's got it together. And it's like, I don't.
Right, because there's 2 of them and one of me.
There's 2 and I'm alone. So like, Benji'd be off like biting somebody and Alex would be like throwing sand because I'm like, yeah, they're 2 toddlers. Do you see what's happening? And she was like, telling me in this really judgmental way and that what she had done about it. And I was literally like wrangling 2 kids. So I think
she's telling you this.
She's telling me. So I'm just like kind of not really reacting to what she's saying and putting them. And she's like, so, I did this. And I'm like going, okay. And then I'm driving home. I don't think I did anything in the moment. Like you would expect to be like, what the fuck? So then I got home and I was like,
what did she say?
Wait, what? So, and we'd been going there for a while. P.S. And I called her and I was like, hey, that was not okay. What you did, you can't do that. And she was like, I don't know what you mean. That's how kids learn, and that's how I run a preschool and kids respond to that, and I was like, no, that's not okay. I go, if if a child hits, you don't hit them to
Right.
teach them to not hit. And so we start arguing, and she says, I really feel like this is about your own trauma from your own childhood.
Wait, is this woman a cult leader?
And I was like, this is really inappropriate. We are not coming back here. Like, I was...
What was she German or was
Yes.
she American? Oh, okay.
And then I'd found out in another occasion, she had pushed him like off a swing.
Wait,
Like
are you kidding me?
No, he had like a little baby swing on her tree. Like he was pushing, he had pushed somebody or something. And so she like gave him a shove. And I was like, oh my God, this place is nutty. I like made it my mission to get as many people to leave the preschool as I could.
was just going to ask you,
'cause
did you tell everybody?
A lot of
Yes.
the parents were a lot of the little sort of helpers that she had were German moms who I knew whose kids were there. And I was like, just so you know, because there was another little boy there who she like said, he can't come here because he bit another boy. So he's kicked out. But then the following Monday, she was like, why isn't Liam here? And I was like,
Did she bite him too?
Yeah,
probably. But I was like, all the other moms had girls there and they weren't having any issues with her. And I was like, just so you know, this is what she's doing. This is all inappropriate. Like I don't think she should be running a preschool. Like,
And did people leave?
yeah,
Good.
there was like a big exodus.
Think of preschool as a life lesson. Many parents may see their child have a bad first reaction to preschool and immediately decide to pull them out of the classroom, but that's a bad idea. Yeah, Chris, you really should have stuck with the sand lady.
I know. Sand lady.
It denies the child an opportunity to learn how to work through negative feelings and sets a precedent of not having to face problems. Resist surprise visits. Once you've left your child, resist the temptation to go back and check on them. And don't phone the school every hour. If you're always checking on your child, you risk the reciprocity of your child checking on you constantly.
I want them to check on me constantly when I'm a little old lady.
Yes, when you're a little old lady. But remember when you couldn't go to the bathroom by yourself? Well, you might still be going through that with your kids. They're sort of up in your girl.
Mommy needs a tamp.
No.
Yeah. They would come in. Mommy, you need a tamp.
Are you serious?
They'd come in bringing tampons.
Oh my God,
Mommy,
they're so funny.
need a tamp.
I told you about the time where Oliver was under 2, I would say, and I was naked in front of him. And he said, "Why is your penis black?" Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. Give yourself a pep talk. Come up with a mantra such as, "This is the best place for your child's name," or bringing him here is the right decision, to remind you of why being apart is good for both you and your child.
Yeah.
Then keep repeating it as often as you need it. Okay, have patience with your preschooler. It's okay to keep leaving the child if they keep crying. A complete and successful transition into school can take months, especially if there are family vacations or breaks from school when children often regress, or if there are changes happening at home. But rest assured that in all of her years of teaching, Green hasn't encountered one student who couldn't overcome their separation anxiety. First day of preschool. Okay, so now some stories.
Oh,
I couldn't
yes.
find, and honestly, not all of these stories are preschool. There are other days of first days of school because I just couldn't really find anything. But this one is a preschool one. Okay. Oh, I was sorry, supposed to ask you. Are you guys ready for a story?
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, well, buckle up because you've got some coming.
I'm not dressed.
First day of preschool, my mom tried to leave me on my own by convincing me she just had to run to the grocery store.
Oh, dirty
And
trick.
And she would be right back. I knew better than that and started throwing a fit. The teachers tried to calm me down and encouraged my mom to leave. One teacher lady sat down with me in her lap on the floor, and as she was convincing my mom that I would be fine, she's seen it before, blah, 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 I pee my pants, soaking her and me. I got to go home early that day.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Okay, now this is first day of college. My first day of college was pretty awkward. At the time, I was sharing a car with my family, and I used to drive barefoot and keep my shoes in the car. So first day of college rolls around, and I get in and drive to school not thinking twice about it. I get within 5 minutes of campus and start to look around for my shoes. No dice. Now I start to freak out. First day of college, I don't have any shoes. I stop at a couple of gas stations near campus to see if they have anything at all I could put on my feet, but to no avail.
They're not going to sell them to her anyway. No shoes, no service.
Exactly.
You're out of luck.
It's the old hair comb and the
Yes.
and the watch fob. But I am already pushing it time-wise to get there on time. I have to go to school with no shoes on. Fuck. Get to campus parking lot is full because it's the first goddamn day. I have to park in the overflow parking lot, which is just a grassy patch near the campus. And it had just been recently mowed to look all nice and shit. And the sprinklers had gone off. So I have to walk through the recently clipped wet grass with no shoes on. I look like some kind of goddamn hobbit. My feet are wet and covered in grass. I get to class a few minutes late. Everyone sees I have no shoes. So fucking awkward. Teacher also at this point decides, you know what these kids need? A tour of the campus.
Oh my God.
So I have tried my best to get the wet grass off my feet without looking like some sort of forest lunatic. We wander around the campus for about 20 minutes and the teacher decides to let us leave early, race back to my car and get the hell out of there.
This feels like a bad dream.
It does.
Like you're a dream, like a nightmare where you're just like,
But why would you drive without shoes on? Is that a thing people do?
I never do.
It's so strange.
It feels like I wouldn't even know how to drive without shoes on.
It's very weird.
No.
First day of third grade in a new school, military family, and at recess, pretty much every guy in my class was playing Smear the Queer. That's what they called it. It was third grade in Texas. We were not very PC. We just called that dodgeball.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Where you're just throwing a ball at someone?
Yeah.
I
Against
think so.
against like a board?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
I've heard that term, but I didn't know what it meant.
I don't think I had, that was a thing that I heard when I was a kid.
No, I didn't.
I've heard that expression, but I didn't know what it referred to.
Yeah. You thought it was a gay deer that you're supposed to drive through
When you
when
see
you're
it,
on a
and it's
lane and there's nothing else
and
you
you're
can
like,
do.
well, keep
Smear the
driving.
queer.
Smear the queer.
Right.
It's a deer, but it's a
Smear the
gay
queer deer.
It's a gay deer.
Right. They're all kind of gay. I mean, those big eyes.
Yeah. I mean, how can you resist?
Did you
Those
see
looks.
them run? They just.
I
Yeah.
mean, just
They're little-
floppity floopty.
Yeah, their little legs just flopping around.
Normally, when people played the queer, would change every time he was tackled. Oh, normally, okay, anyway. However, for some reason, they would all chase one kid, Aaron, tackle him, then let him up, then proceed to chase him again. I watched this happen at least 5 times before I decided it was bullshit. When I saw Aaron running toward my location, I thought it was time to stop it. I targeted one of the lead guys in the pack, stuck out my arm, and clotheslined the crap out of him.
Nice.
That was Andy. Turns out Andy was asthmatic, and slamming a forearm into the neck of someone who has asthma is kind of a bad thing.
Oh, no.
Andy goes down in a heap, wheezing for breath. I got sent to the principal, and Andy had to go to the hospital. I did not get in any trouble. I did have to apologize to Andy, but nothing big, because Aaron explained what was going on. Also, it pretty much stopped anyone from picking on me, since it was clear from day one I was willing to get physical if need be. I spent 4 years in that school district, and Andy and Aaron ended up being my 2 best friends during that time.
Oh, that has a happy ending.
I know. I thought it was sweet. Okay, this is a new one. I switched to a new school in the middle of third grade, and on the first day, my mom walked my brother and me to our classes. When we walked in, some girl practically shouted, "Ew, what are they doing in our class?"
Oh, no.
I have such a vivid memory of just how mortified and upset I was for a minute, but when my brother and mom left, she said, "Ooh, oh, it's the girl. Oh, I want her to sit next to me." And that's how I became best friends with Chrissy, at least until later that year when she threw my backpack on the ground. I retaliated by throwing a rock at her foot, and she ran off crying. I thought I'd probably broken her foot and would go to jail for the rest of my life. We didn't hang out so much after that.
I guess. Yikes.
Yeah. I remember the first day of kindergarten
Yeah.
because I met my friend Nora.
Nice.
Who was still, one of my
Yeah,
best
yeah,
friends
yeah.
and was in my wedding. And I remember I said to my mom, I met this girl who could do cartwheels on asphalt.
Oof.
I don't know why that was so impressive to me.
Yeah.
But there began a
Lifelong.
decades-long
Yeah.
friendship.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember any of my first days of school. I guess I remember my first day of college just being so terrified and excited. But I don't school,
Yeah.
not first days.
Well, speaking of first day of college, we will be back right after this with our guest.
Ooh.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit quattrodog.com.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
How was your break?
It was great.
Was it? Did you get everything accomplished in on your dream board?
I fixed my life.
Do people still do dream boards?
Vision boards.
Vision boards. Thank you.
That just reminded me of, do you know that at one point Jesse and I were pitching a show to the Style Network and we did like actual vision boards for it with like cutouts from magazines and glue sticks?
Did you really?
During our pitch meeting.
Like, you mean you were doing it you were cutting them out during a pitch meeting?
That would be, I wish. No, but that's what we went in to the pitch meeting.
That's amazing.
That really ages me, right? I mean, it was before pitch decks and before like, slideshows that you would have on your Google Doc.
You just went in, that's hysterical. And one of you held it?
Yeah, we showed it to them that we'd made it. It was our show that we were pitching to the Style Network. It was obviously about style, so we had to cut out stuff from magazines.
I used to do that for fun. Make collages out of mags. Did you used to do that?
Yeah.
Like cut out magazine things and tape them on boards.
Do you know what I do?
What?
I still do it. I make people gift wrap that way. I do gifts that way.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, for like my kids or for my husband, I'll just have like brown paper and then I'll cut out like things from magazines and I'll put it on the brown paper and sort of give it to them as the gift with it. And it'll be
That's
like
very
silly
cute.
and weird. And sometimes I'll just put like weird people's faces on the present that doesn't make sense. You know,
I like that.
It's dumb, but it delights me.
I just cut out pictures of who I assumed were attractive women and put them on my wall so that people didn't think I was gay.
Who I assumed were attractive women.
They
Sally
were.
Jesse Raphael.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Whoa, what a looker she was.
Susan Powder?
No, it was like Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Susan Powder. Oh my God, what a pull. What a pull. If you don't know who Susan Powder is, please look her up right now. That is amazing.
She was a fitness person
like,
who had like spiky blonde, spiky blonde hair.
Did she also wear red glasses?
No,
every person on Garen's wall had red glasses.
Yeah, I don't think she wore glasses.
No,
she was. I try. It's so hard to explain to the young people, but in the 80s there were like 12 famous people at a time. Like that's it.
Yeah, and 6 of them had workout videos.
Right, exactly.
And you could get on VHS.
Right, and they would appear all together. So like
she was pretty gorgeous, though.
Yeah,
actually.
Oh, that's not how I remember her.
That's not how I remember her either.
Yeah,
I remember her as not being that hot.
No,
I thought she. Yeah, but maybe because I was.
That might be AI'd a little bit.
I don't know. I don't remember her looking like that.
But she had like weird spiky blonde hair that was incongruous to the rest of her look.
I think the biggest picture was Callista Flockhart.
Oh God!
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is a gay man's choice for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
She has like a boy's body.
Yeah,
she really does. In the first half of the show, we talked about how to survive the first day of school, preschool, and now we're going to talk about how to survive your first job with Oliver Pardo.
Oh,
Oliver.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Very excited to be back.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Oliver, I was telling them about our trip.
Yes.
But I left a couple of things for us to talk about together.
Yeah.
The first of which was when we were at the Comfort Inn.
Oh, yeah.
So we were outside. They had they had a pool, and then they had some like AstroTurf and a few lawn games you could play.
And how far is the Comfort Inn from Yosemite? Is it rather close?
This was in Sequoia.
Oh, this is Sequoia. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It was.
So it's about 2 hours from Yosemite. Just
yeah. So they had like the world's worst, most dangerous set of what is it called? Cornhole.
Okay.
Where like you have like the piece of wood that's on an angle and then the piece that stands it up.
Okay.
Well, it was all hard plastic and it kept falling apart.
Oh, fun.
So it was really hot and I was putting it together. Like you just have to snap it back, but it doesn't snap back very well. And I was doing this and I was like, I could never be on The Amazing Race. Like this, I want to die right now just trying to snap these two pieces of plastic together.
Were you before that considering that you could be?
Well, every time we watch it, every time Oliver says, do you guys think you could be? And every time we say, no, Oliver, no. But there's no way we could be on The Amazing Race.
Oh, because he thinks you guys should fill out an application and go as a family?
I think that I'm going to be going off to college. I think the two of them should do it. I think that'd be very cool.
Oh, you're saying not you with them.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
But you have faith in the two of them.
I think the two of them, I think they'd be a very good team on there.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Well, first of all, we'd be that couple where people are like, "Oh my God, they should get divorced. This is really bad." And Dad, with all his injuries,
true.
he can't. Oh, and he'd complain. He complains about the seat in a restaurant. Like he's not gonna. He would complain about everything.
That's true. And he would still get to the airport early. They'd be like, "Sir, the race starts at 9 a.m." And he'd be like, "Well, I got to get there at 5."
They'd be like, "You're the fourth team to leave."
Yeah.
Like hell, I am.
Yeah, right. I got to be
We're
the first
going
one on the plane.
I've got to be the first one on the plane. So we were out, and then there was this other thing where it's like a bar with 3 horizontal bars and 2 vertical bars, and you have to throw these things at it and make them wrap around. Is it
They're
called
like
something?
ballotrops or calotrops or something. You know
Anyway.
those things where it's like 2 balls and like a rope in the middle, and like you swing. They're like in like old like Western movies, they throw them around like a guy's feet.
Like
and then
is that a bolero or something?
maybe that's maybe that's what
Bolero's
it's
a
called.
jacket.
I can't even imagine this in my mind.
It's just
I'm Callista Flockhart gay.
Yeah, I know.
Isaac Mizrahi.
anyway. We were just
Okay.
playing this game outside, and then there's like a little gate separating the AstroTurf from the parking lot.
Okay.
So how old would you say these kids are? 14?
No,
13?
like 13.
13 or
12
younger.
to 13.
Okay.
And they come riding by in their
like,
bicycles.
like
or
motorized bicycles.
Yes.
Okay,
Electric
e-bikes. Yeah.
e-bikes. So you be the kid,
All right.
and I'll be me.
All right, so we're playing this game. Like, this is like out, they're like across, they're like outside the gate, and they come out, they're like, "Hey, did you hear those kids yelling at you?"
And I said, no.
And he goes, "Well, that was us." and, they're like, and, then,
I go, sweet.
and they go, "We're gangsters." and then they
From
drove.
the 30s?
Yeah.
It was so weird. They wanted some reaction from us that we did
And
not
we were just
give.
like, great guys. And then they kept driving, and they just kept like circling around and then like driving around, trying to be tough to somebody.
Just like
The two of you.
Yeah.
the 3 of us,
Oh,
like a
okay.
middle-aged couple and their teenage son. It
Yeah.
was very weird. Speaking of which, as you're listening to this, assuming you're listening on the day it's released, we are currently moving Oliver into his dorm.
Oh.
So
Whoa.
this is a big deal.
Whoa.
So while you're listening,
Yeah.
you guys are moving an IKEA bed.
Well, the bed, they provide the bed. Oh. we had to
What
get
is an IKEA?
Probably.
Probably.
It's something called Twin XL.
Okay.
That only exists in dorms.
Oh.
So you have to get sheets that are Twin XL.
Oh, yeah.
But we went shopping this weekend. We got all the stuff. We got the hamper and all the fun stuff because they have their own bathroom and their own kitchenette.
Yes.
So
Do you have enough ramen?
Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of cup
Oh.
of noodle.
Oh, yeah.
Stock up on that.
Speaking of firsts, you had your first job over the summer.
I did. I had my first real job, paid job
Yes.
over the summer.
Right.
A friend of a friend, it was a burger stand.
Ooh.
It's not a stand. It's a restaurant. It's not on
Well,
Coney
I mean-
Island.
I guess that's true. It's a brick and mortar. A friend of a friend was like, because I applied to all these places and I couldn't get a job anywhere. And a friend of a friend was like, "Hey, I know this guy, Zachary, who used to work at this place. He just quit.
Oh.
Like, just today.
Oh.
So if you call right now, you'll be the first person." And I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
So I called and I was like, "Hey, I heard you need a person." And they were like, "Yes, we do. Come in, in 2 days." And I was like, perfect. I'll come in 2 days. I came in 2 days. I was there. Nobody else was there. It was like on an off day that they
Yeah.
weren't open, so it was like really dark and dingy in there. I was like, "Oh boy, what's this place?" And there was nobody else in there, except for like one guy sitting in the back. And I was sitting there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then this guy, the boss, came in, who I texted with on the phone, or I talked to on the phone, and then he texted me, come in 2 days, and he was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Hi." We talked on the phone, and he goes, "What?" and then he pulls up his phone records, and he goes, "This was you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." And he goes, "Oh!" And I was like, "I'm here for the job interview." And he goes, "You're right. I forgot about that. What time did I say for you to get here?" And I was like, 2. And it was like 2:40. And he
Yeah.
was like, "That's right. That's on me." and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's not on me."
Yeah, you're like, I have my act together.
Yeah, I was like, "I got here like 10 minutes early." And then he said to like some random guy who's back, like, have you talked to this guy yet? And the guy was like, no, like I don't know I don't know who this guy is either. And then he was like, do you have any previous job experience? And I was like, no. I interned at a pickleball place over this like 2 summers ago. And then I was like, but I know Zachary. And he was like, oh, okay. You're hired. Start tomorrow. And I was like, great. And it was a 30-second interview.
Yes.
And I was like, I can't start tomorrow. I'm graduating tomorrow. And then, because the next day was my graduation, he was like, all right, that's fine. Start the next day. So I went. I was like, I had the job interview, graduated from high school. Then the next day started this job.
Holy cow.
So moving quick.
Yes.
Getting ready to go. Everybody there thought I was like 20.
Yeah.
I was 17.
Yeah.
Currently still am.
Another week or so, another couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks. As of when this episode will be dropped, I still will be. And it was it was going okay. I was like learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't have a full story. It's where it's like a collection of little
a lot of funny things.
A lot of
happened.
things happened.
So you're getting hired to be what?
Oh, I'm the cashier.
Okay.
So I'm the cashier. I work behind the counter. I'm the guy, who's like, take your order. All that kind of stuff.
They gave
what
him
can I
a
get you?
gigantic shirt.
I have a huge T-shirt. It was like a company T-shirt that is like a 50s like kind of diner looking shirt. Which is
nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
They made it very clear to me that I have to return it when I stopped working because it was or $70 was going to be taken out of my paycheck. And I was like, well, I don't want that, so I'll give the shirt back to you. It was like way too
you're
big.
like, plus it's pajamas.
I was like, yeah, also. One time, we also sell the shirts, and one time a guy was like, I need an extra large. And I was like, I right here for you, sir. I was like, you can take mine.
Take it off my back.
Yeah. But so it was going okay. My boss was there constantly. Like, but the counter space is probably as big as this, or like the place where I was probably as big as this table.
Okay.
For me to stand and take the orders and like fill people's sauces and give them their food. So it was very small space, but it was like 2 people back there because it was me and then my boss, who was like a huge like guy who like worked out all the time. So he was like massive.
Yeah.
And so he was like so cramped back there. And like things were going okay. He would kind of like say stuff like he would come in every day and be like, and then I'd be like, what's going on, boss? And he'd be like, don't even worry about it. I don't even want to talk about it. They're like, why are you coming into me complaining every single day? And he'd come in every single day being like, dude, you're not going to believe the morning I've had. And be like, what happened? He goes, you don't want to know. It's like, I guess I'm not going to believe it because you will tell me 0 details about what's going on. And he would come in like that every single day.
Is this the first manager?
This is the first manager.
Okay.
The manager switched about halfway through me working there.
my-
And he would like make fun of the customers. Like this guy, like everybody, like there was a lot of rude customers there who would like, we would like be handing them their food and they'd still be like on their phone.
Yeah.
Like both like just texting on their phone and like on a phone call and be like, do you want any sauce with that? But blah, 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 blah. What? Do you want any sauce with that? Hold on. And then they'd be like, like never giving us a straight answer. So then one time my boss just threw the food down at the guy and was like, take your fucking food, bro. And, like to his face. And then he would turn to me and go, I can't fucking stand it. And I'd be like, okay, here we go. Here's how I get in with this guy. He hates on everybody. He's angry at every customer. Let me try to get in on these guys. So that guy who got really mad at came in again the next day. And by the way, he spent that entire rest of the day complaining about this guy to me.
About the customer.
About this annoying customer.
Yeah.
So then the guy came back the next day with his like 2 friends, and he was like, you're not going to believe it. That fucking guy's back, bro. And I was like, oh man, here we go. Because I thought it was the funniest thing whenever he got mad. I was like trying so hard not to laugh. To the point where he would like make fun of a customer and then I'd start laughing and go, you can't fucking laugh, bro. You're going to get me in trouble. And I'd be like, but it's so funny. So these guys come back and they're sitting outside and we're turned away from them looking into the kitchen because they already ordered. And he was like, I can't fucking believe they're back. And I was like, I know, this is crazy. And I turned around to look at them. And he was like, you can't look, bro. Then they're going to know we're laughing at them. And I was like, no. And my like little way to try to be friends with him and like be like, yeah, let's make fun of these customers was like, and I was like, no. I'm just looking around this restaurant. It's a very nice restaurant. And there happens to be 3 pricks standing outside. And he didn't laugh. He went, whoa. You can't say stuff like that, man. And I was like, you literally called them fucking assholes, like, to their face, and I can't say to you that they're annoying? Like, what? Like, it was, and I would, this guy, one of our other bosses, was like telling us like he was like, you need to take the ketchups out of here, you need to take the ketchups out of here, and he was like getting so, my other boss was getting so tense and angry at this guy, and he was just like okay, I understand, like enough, you can like leave me. And I was like, okay, like they're clearly fighting. I'm also annoyed at this other boss, the second boss, so let me complain about him to my first boss. And he was like, yeah, he's taking, so I said, he's taking us when to take the ketchups out. When do we take the stick out of his ass? And he was and he was like, you can't say that about your coworkers. I was like, you literally are like getting, like, there was like no way to get in with this guy. And like, there was another time I'd just be like, like, oh boy, yeah, I tried to, yeah, I was like, oh, this guy on the phone is so annoying. It's like, listen, the customer's always right. We gotta try to, help them out. I was like, well, like, you, like, literally are like, there was, like, no way every single time I tried to get on this guy's side, he was against me.
He was still trying to be like, I'm teaching you.
Yeah, except he would, like, be so unprofessional.
Yeah.
He would, like, there was a guy in the kitchen who was like, hey, I need some cheese, from the front. And he was just like, you're a fucking weirdo, bro. You're so fucking weird. And he was, like, yelling at the cook for, like, no reason. And he was like, you're such a jackass, bro. And he was like, but I'm not allowed to, like, say, like, oh boy, today was kind of rough. And he was like, why do you always, like, are complaining about working here? And I was like, you, like, literally are having, like, the worst time of your life working
He's
here.
like gaslighting you.
Yeah, I was like, he would, like, switch up on, like, a dime. It was so bizarre.
So tell him about Jackass.
Yeah, there was this one main guy, though, who was, like, one of the main cooks in the back.
Oh, wait, he was a cook?
No, he was he was, like, one of, like, the managers of the cooks. Like, he didn't do a lot of cooking himself, but he, like, managed
I didn't know what his job
chefs.
was. Okay.
Or, not chef, and so he was, like, the manager of the chefs. And
Chefs?
Chefs.
You've watched The Bear. You know how to say chef.
Yeah, yes, chef.
Yeah, yes, chef. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so many times I was like, does anyone here watch The Bear? And they were like, no, we haven't seen that show. And I was like, all right. And they were like, is it good? And I was like, it's okay. And it was just like another, like, I just like kept trying to like be friends with all these people. And they were like, somebody was even like, I just watched Straight Outta Compton. And I was like, oh, that's about like NWA. And they were like, I don't know, is it? I was like, you just watched the movie. How do I know more about this than you do? And they were like, and I was like, what kind of music do you listen to? I don't really listen to music. Oh, great. Like, cool. So,
that's fun.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a blast. And they would also take all my jokes seriously. Like, they showed me, like, a picture of, like, one of my coworkers showed me a picture of her dog. And I was just earlier in the day talking about how I needed a haircut. And then she was like, oh, yeah, we just took him to the groomer. And I was like, oh, I need a new haircut. Maybe I'll go to this guy. The dog seemed to have a good haircut. And she was like, I think he just does dogs. I mean, I guess you could check. But I was like, yeah, obviously, I'm not going to go to dog plus hair groomer. And it was anyway, so there was this one guy, the king of the chefs. And
why are you saying chefs?
Chefs.
Yeah.
Because it's knives.
Oh, my God, Oliver. It's not a V. You don't spell chef. Did you think you spelled chef with a V?
No.
You're starting college in a week, sir.
I thought it was a bit.
I don't think it's a bit.
All right, a little bit, not a bit.
Okay.
You'll cut this?
Oh, we're cutting all of it.
Okay, so the king of the chefs.
So the king of the chefs. This guy. So on my first day, these guys, my boss and the king of the chefs, just like start like making fun of each other like mercilessly.
But to be clear, the king of the chefs is like
20.
Yeah, he's like a young guy.
He's like 20. And he's like doing like goofy stuff. Like he'll like come up to the front and be like, "Hey, what's going on in here?" Like kind of like being like a goofball on purpose to annoy this guy. And he's like, "What are you doing up here? Get back, do your job. What are you doing?" And he'd like be like so like just so pissed and just like a ball of rage. This guy. And so then the guy, we would do this thing where you would get a cookie if you left a good review. So the king of the chefs came up one time and he was like, "If I leave a review, can I get a cookie?" And he was like, No, you don't get a cookie. You work here. You don't get a cookie." and then he was like, "I'm going to leave a great review though." And then he was like, "Okay, fine. Just fine. Just leave a review." So then he writes this like paragraphs and paragraphs long review that would clearly only be written by somebody who works there. Because he was like, "Michael in the back does a great job. You know,
Oh,
I like
gosh.
the way Susan cuts the lettuce. And he was like, what are you talking about? This is the most fucking insider mole review I've ever read, bro. Nobody knows Susan in the back but you. And then he goes, no, but look, I wrote something nice about you too. And he was like, get my fucking name off the internet, bro. I want no internet presence.
Oh my God.
Zero,
this
bro.
guy is a criminal.
Yeah, no, he's like, I was like, what the hell?
I think he's a drug
Talk
dealer
about
and he's
when he-
doing his own drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they're leaving this review, and he's like saying all this like goofy stuff, and he was like, delete that review right now. I'll give you a cookie. And he was like, a cookie? You said 2 cookies earlier, which he didn't. He was just like being like a goofball. And he was like, no, I didn't fucking say that. There's no fucking way I said that. And then he's just like losing it. It's like, this guy is so clearly just trying to get under your skin. And then he was like, he grabs his cookie and he's like, dude, thanks, man. And he's like a stoner. He's like a goofball. He like does like poker rings like in his free time.
Oh yeah, this is
What's that?
the head of the chefs.
The head of the chefs runs underground poker rings in his free time. He's like this like just like wacky guy. And he's like, it's okay. He's like a Trump supporter, so he's like a.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's just a non-Trump. He watches The Apprentice and owns a Tesla, so I'm guessing
Yes,
okay.
of course.
he's a Trump supporter.
He's a 20-year-old who owns a Tesla.
Well, he's trying to own it. He's saving up
that's
for a
right.
Tesla.
He's saving up for Tesla.
He's from all these underground poker games where he makes so much money.
Right.
And all these free cookies. He's saving money on cookies because he's writing reviews. He's writing
Right.
fake reviews where he would just say stuff like, you know, the food's a beast. And he would say like bullshit like that. And
Oh my God.
and the guy, so he was just getting so mad at him. And then this old guy, so then that was the end of that head of the chef's shift. So then the new head of the chef came in, you know, to start the night shift. And he was like an 80-year-old man. And so then my boss was complaining, like, I can't fucking stand him, man. I can't fucking stand this guy. And the old man was like, you're too hard on him. He's a very nice boy. He's a nice kid. He does his job, doesn't he? And he was like, yeah, but he's so fucking annoying, bro. And then he like, jackass comes back into the store.
Okay.
He's like, I forgot my bag. And he's like, oh, fucking, here's your fucking bag, bro. And then he's like, and then he says to his face, dude, if you didn't work for me, I would slap the shit out of you, you little brat. And then he goes, and the jackass goes, dude, I've been saying since day one I want to fight you. Let's spar. I have some boxing gloves in my garage. I'm happy to spar you any day of the week. And then he's kind of laughing. My boss is like a ball of rage. He's not laughing at all. And then he's like, just get out of here, bro. It'd be a crime, but I really want to do it, but it'd be a crime. So then he leaves. And then the old man goes, you know what? I think you're right. I was being a little too kind to him. He's a motherfucker. And then he walks away. I was saying to the customers, they're like, how's the ice cream? And I was like, it's the best ice cream I've ever had. And I was saying this to like every customer. And then he pulls me aside and he goes, dude, you're saying all this shit about the ice cream. You gotta lower their expectations way fucking down, bro. You're setting the expectations way too high. You're saying it's the best ice cream ever. They're gonna leave a review. The cashier said this was the best ice cream ever, and it wasn't the best ice cream ever. That reflects poorly on me and the business, fucking bro. Okay? And I was like, got it. Like, understood. Got it. And then there was this other guy, a guy who was his boss, who was a manager, and he was like a big guy. He was like a bulking guy too. And he one time was trying to fix a vent, so he stood on this really tiny stool to fix the vent. And by the way, there are 8-year-olds around, like a bunch of like little kids around.
Yeah.
A lot of families come into
A
this
lot of
restaurant.
families come in, so there's a bunch of 8-year-olds around. This upper manager gets on this stool to fix the vent, and my boss goes, are you fucking stupid? Get off that fucking stool. You're so fucking fat, you're going to break that stool and then break your leg. And then he turns around and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, little kids. Do you want some ice cream? And I was like, I thought the ice cream wasn't that good. Why are you doing that? And so then this family is leaving, and this family was like our number one customer family. This was the only customer that my boss liked, was this family.
Okay.
So they were always nice, and he was always nice to them. And he was like bend over backwards to try to make this
Okay.
family happy. So they're leaving the store. It's a kind of a door that pushes out. To leave the store, you have to push the door out, or just push the door. So on the outside, we have seating outside. On the outside of the door is Jackass on his break, leaning back in his chair in such a way that his chair is blocking the door. So the family is walking out, and they go to push the door, and it hits Jackass's chair. Because, and then,
Yeah.
right, so he can't get out. And then my boss, instead of walking over, goes from 0 to 60, jumps over the cashier, out of the counter, and goes, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking dumbass? And starts running towards the door. By the time he gets there, the problem's already been resolved. The family's outside, so he has to, basically, stop in his tracks, or else he's gonna, run through the glass door. And he, stops, and is like, what are you like? And he was like, I fixed it. They're outside now, jackass says. And he's like, you can't fucking be doing that, bro. And then he comes back to me. Like an hour later, this guy's still on his break. Because he had an hour-long break, and he just goes to me and goes, just fucking look at him out there. And I was like, what do you mean? What's he doing? He's like, just look at him. He's on his break. Jesus Christ, look at the way he eats, bro. And I was like, what do you, like, it's like literally everything. He was like, he's so fucking disgusting. Grab a fucking napkin, bro. Why is he eating the fries before the burger? What the fuck is this guy doing? I was like, this guy cannot win. Literally every single thing he does, this guy
But the funny
cannot
thing
win.
about Jackass is that he's unruffable. Like he can't be. He's just so calm.
He was laughing at every single thing this guy did because it's hysterical.
Yes.
This guy getting mad. So like him getting angry at Jackass never stopped him. It just like kept making him go more.
He just egged him on.
Yeah,
Can I just say, I really want to watch this cartoon.
Oh my God, it could be the
Wouldn't
greatest.
this be the best cartoon to watch? Like,
Yes.
Because I also, in a very tiny way, relate to that guy.
Oh yeah.
No, I do too. Like, that's
so
why I was trying to
mad,
get in with him.
Who's so like hates everything and is just like mad at everything.
Yeah.
Hates how people eat. Hates how people behave.
Right.
Just hates people doing shit. Like I feel like that sometimes. and
Yeah,
I feel
totally.
Like I want to watch somebody just say whatever they
right?
wanna, like be mad all the time
and then get mad at other people for being mad.
Yes.
get mad at other people for being
Yes.
mad.
You act right.
So the owner comes in one day. He's like talking, and he came in with our like the guy who does the books for the company, and he kept calling him Zachary. And he kept saying, "Where's Zachary?" And then this guy walks out, and he was like, "Hi, I'm the owner, Zachary." So then I realized that on my first day when I did my interview, when I said I know Zachary, they didn't think I knew former cashier who quit 2 days earlier, Zachary. They thought I was saying I am best friends with the owner of the company, Zachary, which is why I needed to get the job. And my interview was 30 seconds, and everyone else's interview was an hour long.
Why he said, "Oh, you're hired."
He said, "Oh, you know Zachary, start tomorrow." I realized very later on, I was like, oh, that makes sense because I have zero job experience. I've like dropped like all of this stuff like every single day. Now I get why I'm still working here and haven't been fired because they think I have an in with
the
number
owner
one.
guy.
And they never checked.
They never checked.
Hilarious.
They never checked.
Guys, that's a good tip for life.
Yeah.
Just say you know the CEO of any company when you're interviewing.
Yeah, right?
Are they going to check?
No, because nobody ever said, oh, hey, and as you know, this is Zachary.
Yes.
I was just like, oh, nice to meet you. And like, nobody blinked an eye. So this guy took over for the guy who got fired. So he kind of absorbed that position. He was already upper management.
Okay.
But then he also absorbed this lower manager position, which meant that he was there more on the day-to-day. So he loved me because he never saw me working. He just saw me at the beginning of the day. This
He
new
didn't see
guy.
you tripping over boxes.
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff.
I'll call this guy John, the new manager John.
Right.
Yeah,
The Israeli John.
Israeli John. Okay, well, I'm trying not to give any real names.
Yeah.
Israeli John. He would just see me at the beginning of the day, so he loved me.
Yeah.
But then, because he never actually saw me working and tripping over boxes and stuff. So then when he actually started being there on the day-to-day, and he saw me, like, doing, like, my shenanigans and antics, which, by the way, I wasn't, like, trying to, and I think I was pretty okay. But, like, things would happen that I honestly don't think I was in the wrong for. Where, like, a little bit I was. But, like a customer would come to me, like, oh, I didn't get my Coca-Cola with my order. So I'd be like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
That's a 5-second interaction. Then I would have to hear a 30-minute lecture from my boss where he'd be like, I don't understand why I need to be here, and you can't remember a Coke Zero? And I'd be like, relax. Like, I solved it. And he'd be like, we cannot have these kind of mistakes, or you will be gone. I do not need you here. And he did that little thing with his hands where he'd slap his hands and then motion towards the door every single day.
Yes.
I would come in, it would like get a little busy, like, because we would have lines like out the door. So I'd just be like, hold on a second. And he'd be like, this customer has been waiting. Like, I was like, I just told them to wait because I have to go do something else. And he was like, if you're going to make customers wait, you will be gone. I will not need you here. And he'd do this every single day. And like, he got so bad. And then there was one time a new employee that I had to train. And he was also kind of a tool. He was 16, but he was like a piece of work.
Oh, is this the guy who just worked? He just worked.
Yeah.
Explain that.
He's a liar. Because he would say, I was like, what are your hobbies? And he was like, the stock market and real estate business.
Oh, my
That's not a hobby. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
my God.
And so
He said he worked there just to have something to do.
he said he was a millionaire who worked there just because he got
At a
bored
burger
during the
joint.
summer.
Okay. Sure.
And he would, like, I don't know, he like made a lot of stuff up. He was like, I have a girlfriend. She's the most popular girl at school. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, like Janice Richards. And I was like, okay, I don't know who that is. He kept like dropping her name like I was like, supposed to like, give a
Did she
shit
go
about
to
who that
your
is.
high school?
No,
Wait,
she
stop
went to
playing with
his high school. I don't like. She was just some random person, and I was like, he was like, yeah, we've talked like maybe twice. And I was like, okay, so like you don't actually know her. Like, relax, you like fake millionaire. So anyway, this guy was like, can I get some ice cream since it's my first day? And I was like okay, because like everybody else would take the tiny samples of ice cream, like the little like sample cups, and they take some during their shift. This guy got the huge customer jumbo-sized ice cream, filled it all the way, put all the toppings on, all of the sauces on, and I was like,
I can't imagine just asking for ice cream on my first day at a job.
No.
Also, I already told him, I was like, hey, you forgot to start your break. Your break started 30 minutes ago. You should be back working. And he was just like, oh, so like, what do I do? And I was like, well, I just started your break now, so technically you have another 30 minutes. So he took an hour-long break instead of a 30-minute break.
Why did you... Well, that sounds like your screw up.
Well, I was trying not to get him fired on his first day. I was trying to help this guy out.
By giving him an hour break?
No, he didn't start his break in the machine.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
He never clocked
Right.
out.
The clock out machine.
but you were telling him to take another half hour?
Well, I also didn't like him, and I wanted him away.
Oh, okay,
I wanted
okay.
him on his break, and I was
Yes,
like,
yes,
take your
yes.
time. I don't need you back here.
Yes.
Is this the guy who was like, I'm going to give you some books?
No, that was Jackass. Oh yeah, Jackass was like, do you like reading? And I was like, I do like reading. And he was like, what's your favorite book? And I was like, oh, I like Catch-22. And he was like, that's cool. And I was like, what do you read? And I was like, only finance books. And I was like, cool. And he was like, I'm reading all these books, and they're teaching me how to be a finance whiz.
Oh, boy.
And he was like, you got to read them. I was like, how old are you? I was like, 17. He was like, perfect age. He was like, I wish I was reading this book when I was 12. And I was like, oh, you just be like the most insufferable person ever. Like, reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like in between, like coloring in the lines. Like, what are you doing? So anyway, so this guy, yeah, they were both obsessed with finance, both the 16-year-old and Jackass. So he gets
16-year-old.
The 16-year-old gets this jumbo ice cream. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to use names.
I know.
All mixed up. The 16-year-old gets ice cream. So then my boss comes over.
This is the new manager.
The new manager,
The guy who used to-
Israeli John.
this guy,
Israeli John, yeah.
Yeah,
slap,
this guy.
slap.
You can be gone any day.
You
I
can
do
be
not
gone.
need you here.
Yes.
And he was like, if I need to be here working, why do you need to be here working? You can go. And so anyway, he comes over and he was like, I was just looking. Oh no! First he goes, who said you could have this ice cream? Second one, this 16-year-old goes, Oliver did. Threw me under the bus. Second one, this
Immediately,
guy.
yeah.
I was like, I gave you free ice cream and an hour-long break, and this is how you paid me?
Yeah.
And so anyway, and then he goes, and I was like, I'm gonna be the bigger man. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take blame for this one. I was like, yeah, that's on me. I'll take the blame. He goes, yeah, it is on you. And I was like, oh, I was like expecting to like get some like brownie points from my boss for like taking credit for this. And then he like backs me into a corner and he's like, have you ever gotten ice cream? And I was like, no. Which again, I was gonna be like, here we go, I'm in, because I've never gotten ice cream. And he was like, so then why did you give him ice cream? And I was like, oh, because like I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I was looking over at him making this ice cream, and I was praying, please let this be for a customer. And then I see him start licking and eating the ice cream, and I go, oh no, that was for him? He got that ice cream for himself? And I was like, okay, nobody died. Like, relax. Like, this isn't you like discovering.
It's also soft serve ice
It's also
cream.
soft serve ice cream,
Yeah.
which
Not
we used to give away for free. Like, to people who gave good reviews because it's so cheap.
Yeah. Right.
And he's like acting like he's on 60 Minutes, like discovering a knife. He's like, I look over and I see him making ice cream, and then he licks the ice cream, and I'm just thinking, oh no, what do I do now? And I was like, it won't happen again, sir. And he's like, it better not. And then this guy, as if to make matters worse, comes back in after finishing his ice cream and goes, I like it when you get mad at me. It motivates me. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he goes, you don't actually want me mad at you. If you ever want me mad at you, you will not want anybody mad at you again. You will see my wrath. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's like so scary. I was like, holy smokes.
Do you feel like if next summer you're, not taking classes and you're like, I'm going to get a job, would you be like, I could work on food service again? Or are you like, I would never want to work in food service again? Because once you've worked in food service, you have a really eye-opening experience, right?
Yes.
About
what
people go through and what customers are like. You probably look at tipping differently.
I do look at tipping differently because there was, I would say 70% of the customers did not tip, and I was like, that's crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a restaurant where you're taking orders at the table.
Yeah, but
still,
it's still you realize how hard people
Exactly.
work even when it's not a full service situation.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
tip, I'm a big tipper and I tip everywhere because of my experience working in food
Yeah.
service and in bartending and waitressing and coffee and barista and all those years of that. And it's horrible.
No, yeah, it's bad.
It's brutal work. And
yeah.
a lot of it is how you're treated by the people above you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like not a person kind of.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, just like and like not everything I'm doing is wrong, especially when I'm doing exactly what you told me to do. Right? And one time my friends came in just to order, and I was like, "Hey, are you guys gonna come back again?" And they were like, "No, this is the most stressed I've ever been in my life."
Just being
And
customers.
Just being customers.
Yes.
Just like watching my boss yell at everybody, and me was like, they were so uncomfortable and stressed that they never came back to the restaurant.
Yeah.
So like, I very much.
Would you go back next year?
To
Next
there?
summer? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I technically left on good terms.
Yeah.
Like, they said I could have a job back there.
And
ever
you
again.
and you were able to kind of move through it and not feel too much stress, do you feel? Because you kind of laughed about it? Or were you very stressed by it?
I was stressed when I was there. I mean, I definitely laughed about it, and I was like enjoying it. After like when the day was over, I would laugh about it. But in the moment when there was like a line out the door, and it was like 1 a.m, and like my boss is yelling at me, and it was very stressful.
Yes,
it was
yes,
very, very
yes.
stressful.
I still have so many nightmares about Kmart.
Oh, that's right.
to
You
this
worked
day-
there.
I worked at Kmart.
Was that your first job?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it was in high school.
Uh-huh.
And like those, I'll still have nightmares about Kmart where it's like, I didn't go to, I had 3 days on the schedule and I didn't go. And now it's weird because I'm going to get fired. Like now I still have that. But like that was way easier than working in food service.
Yeah.
Like food service, I think is to me the most stressful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the people you're working for are often awful.
Yeah,
The people you're working around are also kind of a mixed bag where you'll get some people, you might get one cool person and the rest are those people who don't get your sense of humor and you're stuck with
Yeah.
these regular people. And then it's the customers.
Yeah.
People are so rude.
Yeah.
They're so awful that you can't believe it.
Yeah,
They're
so
like,
rude.
they forget you're a person. It's weird.
So
Yeah.
weird.
It's really weird. So yeah, if you can do that, like I feel like you can kind of do anything in life.
Yeah, probably. What was your first job?
Hot dog stand.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So very similar.
An outdoor hot dog stand where you had to go up to the car and they rolled the window down and you'd put a tray on it.
Oh.
It was a root beer hot dog
Was this
stand.
the 1950s?
It basically was, yeah. And I only worked there a couple days because she yelled at me so much and said, if you make one more mistake, you're going to eat it. And I was like, I will not eat a hot dog. So I never went back. And I never even got a paycheck.
Oh, my God.
I paid $1 an hour.
$1 an hour?
Yeah. It was under
What?
the table because I was,
Wait, that's crazy.
I think I was 14.
That's insane.
So yeah, she still owes me money. But the Ripper stand has closed down.
I'm sure.
It's not there. I mean, you can still see it.
Uh-huh.
But it's not operational anymore.
Garen, first job?
I worked for my dad, his office. So I called myself the office manager. I just answered phones and dispatched trucks to sewer jobs because my dad owns a sewer company, like cleaning and stuff. So I would do that, and then between calls, I would watch Match Game.
Oh, I love it. That's good.
That sounds nice.
Sit with this little portable TV. It was probably
Oh, my God.
like 4 inches. It was
Really?
tiny, super tiny.
You cranked it up?
Just yes, I did.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, I gotta see Judy Tenuta.
How about you, Danielle?
Well, I did lots of babysitting, but my first like actual job was when I worked at a comic book store. I think I've talked about
Oh
that.
yeah, that seems great.
Yeah. And I always joke that, that was as far as my nepotism got me was I worked in a comic book store because my dad knew the people at the comic book
Yes.
store. And I just, I was not very well suited for that job.
No?
I mean, it was fine. I just sat at the counter and read Far Side cartoons all day because I was not into comic books.
Yeah.
And, I didn't know anything about it. And I'm just like, I would point, it's over there, it's over there.
Yeah.
But I just,
Seems like a quiet.
it was pretty quiet.
Place.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet. Yeah, I would just like sell Mylar bags and, to put the comics in. And that was about it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Oliver Griffin
Thank
Pardo.
you. I always have a
Yes.
wonderful time. I'm sorry I broke the mic like 20 times.
That's okay.
It's all
You're,
right.
you're,
I also
you're doing a lot of
yelled and
act
maybe
outs.
broke- I know,
Well, those
yeah.
guys are,
So loud.
the aggro restaurant.
They demand it.
And we will be back right after this with What Did We Learn Today?
Yes.
Kristine,
Danielle.
Are you ready to learn what we learned today?
Teach me, wise one.
Okay. Prozac isn't necessarily bad for dogs. Prozac is commonly prescribed off-label by veterinarians to treat various behavioral issues in dogs, such as aggression, separation anxiety, like when they go to the first day of preschool.
Yes.
And compulsive disorders.
Oh.
A specific version of fluoxetine, which is Prozac, called Reconcile,
Oh my gosh.
is FDA approved for treating canine separation anxiety.
Aw.
That's wild.
I'm glad my dog doesn't need it.
Did Sally have medication?
We tried Prozac for her, and she was like, I resist.
Oh.
I resist all forms of treatment.
No. Make sure your kid will be successful in preschool by ensuring that they are dressed in the most fashionable brand clothes and have the most up-to-date gadgets and accessories that the modern preschooler needs. His preschool had a uniform.
Oh, interesting.
Well, they had a shirt.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I think it was only when you went into the next, in the older grade.
Like pre-K?
No,
Did
it
they
was
call
still.
pre-K?
It was when he was 3 instead of 2. I've probably mentioned this before, but they were like, he can't move up unless he's potty trained.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then they took care of it. And I was
Oh.
like, well, this was worth all the money in the world
Yes.
that you potty trained him and I didn't have
Yes.
to do it. It can be difficult to drop the kids off for their first day at preschool, and a solution can feel out of reach. Can I suggest bribery? Very good idea.
I've done that as a parent.
Sometimes you have to just trust that they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Smear the Queer is a children's game that was played historically in some regions according to One Look. What's One Look?
Some website.
Okay. It involves one player designated the queer, God, holding a ball while the other players chase and attempt to tackle them to gain possession. Oh, this is not what I was thinking. The player who successfully takes the ball becomes the new queer. That's, you know what? We need to tell
Some life lessons.
we need to tell the Republicans that's how gay people are made. It's not by conversion, it's by this game.
Yes. They've been getting it wrong.
The game has also been described as a mix of football, rugby, and soccer. In some instances, it was played with a soccer ball, and the goal was to get the ball to the other team's goal. Did you play some version of this?
Not I.
Garen?
I've never played this.
No. I was inside watching TV.
I thought it was just a unfortunate name for what we call dodgeball, which was like a bunch of kids are lined up next to the handball court or in front of the handball court, and you try to hit them with the ball.
I mean, it's perhaps regional.
Perhaps it is, yeah. Bolas or balazes is a type of throwing weapon made of weights on the ends of interconnected cords used to capture animals by entangling their legs. I guess that's what we were playing with, except just trying to get it onto a rack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Bolero.
Boleros.
You were in a region. You were in a region
I was
of
in the
a
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Boleros are a short waisted jacket. That were very popular in the 80s.
How many do you have?
Currently none. I'm sure I had some. I mean, I just have I have boleros, but I just wear them as regular jackets because they go down to my past my waist.
I love it.
So I guess that's about it. When next you see me, I will be an empty nester.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's fucked up.
This is happening.
It's stupid, right, Oliver? It's stupid.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. It's
I'm wishing
all the things.
I'm wishing Oliver the most best. I want to hear all the stories. I hope he's going to send us updates of the excitement. We're all living vicariously through him.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine, Danielle.
No, I know.
You're
all be
going to
fine.
be great. We're all going to be through it together.
Yep, that's right.
And for all of you out there who have kids going off to school, we wish you the best. And until next time, remain calm.
Mr. Gecko, you're a huge inspiration to us all. But who was your muse?
My dear old Nan. She would tell me, always remember to be true to yourself and to use that fast and friendly claim support on the Geico app. I follow her advice to this day.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.